Catching a train, walking your dog, being in a park, and now the latest one is going food shopping. All things where Brits are not safe doing. Why? Because there's a threat you may get stabbed. This is another atrocious story in which an innocent woman has gone to do her food shopping and ended up being attacked, stabbed, and having to be emergency treated as armed police have had to come to the scene. Worst bit about it all? Unidentified, undescriptive assaulter, and they still can't find them. They're on the loose still. They cannot find or make an arrest for this stabbing. This is a really sad story again, and a state of which Britain is in. Mainstream media don't want to talk about it, but I will. And this is why we are called True Brit Media, the channel that speaks the truth, exposes the truth, and lives the truth, and the truth must be heard. If you like this type of channel, and of course I've had a lot of people tell me it's so refreshing not to have AI report these sort of stories, then please make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell on, like up the video, get in the comments, and support the channel in any way necessary so we can keep growing. So thank you every single one of you. So let's get into the crux of this story, as there's been a lot going on today, with of course massive attention being on the whole thing going on in Birmingham. We had the riots in Birmingham this morning, and then we've had the whole Palestine protest and the Israeli protest outside of Villa Park today. So this one's sort of gone under the hammer, but I'm going to give you that news and share light on it for you. So first and foremost, the only media outlet I can find mainstream, and these aren't even mainstream that much, is the Mirror. They have said this: a woman stabbed outside Derby Asda as armed police swarm supermarket. Now, if the armed police are having to come in, you know it's bad, you know it's brutal. The victim, understood to be in her 40s, was rushed to hospital after the brutal attack outside the Asda in Derby. Armed police were deployed after a woman was stabbed, and the suspect is still on the loose. The victim, a 40-year-old, suffered an injury to her arm and hand during the incident on Wednesday afternoon. She was taken to hospital where she remains, and her injuries are not life-threatening. So what makes it worse, though, and why I'm reporting this? This happened in the afternoon. This happened in daylight. People are that shameless, that reckless, that they're now willing, like we saw with the Wayne Broadhurst murder, and rest in peace, that people are willing to do stuff in daylight and fear and feel no consequences from our armed police, from our justice system. That scares me and worries me, that people are that savage, that ruthless, that they're willing to do these attacks in broad daylight. But let's continue with this. So it goes on to say, as I said, that luckily her injuries not life-threatening. Officers attend the scene to search for the suspect, a woman also believed to be in her 40s, who is said to be known to the victim. She could not be located as police continue to hunt for her. So we have a little bit of a descriptor. A woman, 40 years old, and known to the victim. That could be anything or anyone, but still no further details published. No further details published about said woman. And that annoys me. How are the public meant to help when all we know is that it's a 40-year-old woman? That's crazy. The force want to trace the woman in connection with the incident and asked anyone with dash cam footage or if they were witness to the attack to contact them directly or to contact Crime Stoppers. So now our police are relying on trying to solve murders or because this one wasn't a murder, assault, stabbing, attempted murder. Let's call it that, attempted murder. This is attempted murder. Our police are trying to solve attempted murder now by using dash cam footage. Is that really the surveillance? In modern day Britain, we're relying on dash cam footage from drivers. Absolutely crazy. Yeah, let's get more details on this. So it goes on to say, officers are appealing for the public's health after a woman was stabbed outside a city supermarket. We were called to reports that a woman had been injured outside the Asda after 8:35 p.m. yesterday. So not quite the afternoon then, as reported earlier, it's 8:35. And obviously this is the Asda and the car park in question. Armed officers quickly attend the scene to search for the suspect. A woman believed to be in her 40s is known to the victim. She's not located by officers at the scene, and there are ongoing attempts to locate the suspect. Look, she's in a hospital and not life-threatening. But what I can't get my head around is that how do these people flee the scene so quickly? How do these attackers just somehow manage to run off? And I get it. Probably years ago, members of the public if they'd seen such a thing, would have jumped in, would have taken down the suspect or the criminal, and they would have reprimanded them in like a public arrest style, right? Citizen's arrest. We don't live in that era anymore. We don't live in that, in fear of two things. Number one, being attacked yourself and your life being at risk. But number two, being wrongly charged of an attack yourself. If I was there and I went to reprimand that woman who was stabbing with a knife and trying to attempted murder, and I took this woman down and I smashed her so hard to the ground that she got injured or she got assaulted or she got hurt. The matter is that I would end up getting charged. I would end up being in court. I would end up having to face our justice system, and it wouldn't be seen as self-defense. And that's the scary reality of it all. We have lost, and this attack shows me everything. We have lost that sense of public safety togetherness. And I sort of get it. Everyone is so worried about watching out for themselves that it's hard to watch out for others. And true heroes and true, soldiers are very hard to find. And I think more people would want to help and intervene if there wasn't going to be a consequence for their actions. So, yeah, it's not ideal. But let's see how social media have responded to this, and just see some of the people and what they've had to say, because it's always interesting to note. So what have we got here? Another day, another stabbing. Lawless Britain swamped with knife-wielding third world savages who shouldn't be in this country. Dollars to donuts. Attacker is not a white woman. Upset over her bingo numbers. So again, that's what we're sort of saying, is that we still haven't had a description of the color, the race, the height. We know her age and that she's a female. That's all we've got. Background history. Is she a previous known convict? Has she got any criminal background? Do you know what I mean? We don't know any of that. But yeah, she's friend. I don't know. I wouldn't call her a friend of the female, but there we go. More must be done to keep bladed articles off our streets. Correct. Unprovoked attack and the victim in hospital. How much longer will Brits put up with this? Another stabbing, another day. And that's the thing. We come back to that conversation that we've had about these videos, is why have we normalized this? Why have we normalized this behavior? I've had some people come in my comment section and say, no, we haven't. We have not normalized this. But we have to make change and we have to do something about it. You can't have this happening, not when you're going shopping. Even if those two people knew each other, it wasn't a random attack, it still worries me that we've got 40-year-old women brandishing knives. It doesn't matter what sex you are. It doesn't matter what age you are. It's the fact we've still got people brandishing knives, looking to assault, looking to kill. And that's my point on it. You don't just go to you don't just carry a knife to go and, cut someone or to prick someone. The intention of the knife is there for one reason only, in my opinion. And that is to take another's life. So, no self-defense, no defense needed. It was just a full raging attack, and hopefully that woman will be okay. Hopefully, as I said, they're not non-life threatening, and hopefully she's not traumatized by the incident, as there's always a victim on the end of these attacks as well. So, guys, let me know your thoughts on this one. Will Starmer get control of this knife crime epidemic that we have? Will he listen to those who have been campaigning about knives to sort it out? Or will we just wait another day, another knife attack? We'll have to wait and see. I'm out of here, people. Ta-da.